Hi guys, it's Sam from the True Queens of Wax. We are on week 2 of my week in wax. I haven't got loads. Well, I mean for some maybe it'll look, well, it won't look like loads, but you know what I mean. Some people might be like, I've only melted a bar this week, love. That is a lot. I have a couple of tubs that I've been starting, but not finished. And I'll tell you something else, just randomly, but not wax, but is fragrance. I have been I have this little spray made by Temple Spa called, is that a Quietude or something? It's the most relaxing spray. If anybody uses that, let us know in the comments below. And also, if you make a wax melt of that, definitely let us know in the comments below. It's like a proper chilled out one. My kids have been asking me to spray it in their bedrooms before they go to bed. Okay, so let's get on to what I've been melting. For those of you who didn't watch last week's, I'm basically looking at my empties. So there will be things I've melted, but they're being shipped away in other boxes. This is just what I've finished off. So we started with Scentsy last week. We might as well start with Scentsy again. Just one thing finished, and that is Jammy Time. We've mentioned this before on our Scentsy videos. Jammy Time is an amazing melt. It's really strong, it's really long lasting. It's probably one of the best Scentsy ones out there. That said, we tend to find people are either a Scentsy fan or a non-Scentsy fan, or like me, do a bit of both, and Hannah. But there is a dupe of this Jammy Time made by Sense and Sensibility. So if you are not a Scentsy fan and don't want to buy into that, Hannah swears by, I mean, I've melted it and it's an amazing dupe. But Hannah actually prefers it to this Jammy Time. So that's Sense and Sensibility, if you want that. Right, let's go with, who have we got next? We've got two from Sense of Style. So let's start with this one. This is Lavender Lemonade. Right, let's start with the performance. Good performer. Sense of Style's performance is pretty good with all of their wax, actually. Cannot complain. Throw, also very, very good. I don't know about that. I mean, at the end of the 4 hours, this was still going strong, but I didn't put it on again. And I put it in loads of burners all at once. I had my whole house fit. I was very excited. I've had a very stressful week, but I needed to work. I've had like 2 nights where I've only been able to sleep for 3 hours, like literally awake till 4 AM, and then I get like 3 hours in at the end. So I needed to do my working from home, and I was really tired, but also I was stressed. So I wanted to like relax, hence the lavender, and the lemonade gives me a boost. And I have melted a lavender lemonade from another company, but that one had a lot of fizz to it and was proper like a fizzy lemonade. This one isn't that. This is like a lemonade as in the Americans when their kids sell it at the end of the drive, like very, very lemony. It smelt to me like a cleaning product type lemon. And I wasn't getting a lot of the lavender. So this wasn't really my favourite scent. I think we've got the problem that the lemonade lavender that I'd bought off of Foxglove Fragrances was so good and so up my street that then you're then comparing a very good melt that performed very well, but it's just a bit different and it wasn't what I was expecting. So if you like your lemon scents, then definitely great performer. The lavender is in there, but only a bit of a twist. So again, if you may be a lemon fan, but you think, oh, I don't like Old Lady Lavender, you're not going to get that with this. Just a little bit of a twist. So yes, if that is what you want, then that is what you need. Then we've got Sense of Style Atomic Slushie, which I actually have on right now, all through the house. This, oh, it had 2 amazing like skulls on it, which were great. This again is performing amazingly well. This is quite a big open space. I've got 2 burners in here in my kitchen and got a beautifully strong smell. I don't know why I'm smelling it here when it's all around me. This to me reminds me of Avobath. It's not Avobath, but it reminds me of Avobath. And then if you put that slushy, you know, like slushies do have a slushy smell, even though you have a strawberry or whatever, you know it's a slushie. It is those 2 things together. So yeah, great performer, very fresh, very vibrant, definitely. Yeah, if you like Avobath, you will 1000% love this. Yeah, that is Atomic Slushie, very good. Sense of Style, great company to check out for like consistent performance. Okay, Who else have we got 2 for? Willow Moon Melts. So this one is tonka, bean and myrrh. It was a background level scent. So we have blew our crowns off, then we have strong, then we have background scent, then we have can I sniff it, and then we have can't smell it at all. The bottom 2 we never review on our page. This would get a review because it is a background scent. When we say that, we don't mean, oh, that's a nice way of saying it wasn't very strong, but I'll get away with it. It's that beautiful background. You know, like when you walk in a room, when something's really strong, you're like, whoa, what's that? And then there's like, whoa, oh my God, what was that? Let's blew your crowns off. And then there's, smells nice in here. That is this. So tonka, bean and myrrh. I don't actually know if this is like a Jo Malone thing, but it wouldn't surprise me if it wasn't, or if it was. It's very pretty. It's got a perfume vibe, not any of that muskiness of a perfume, but it smells like a perfume. In fact, that has to be Jo Malone, surely, because it just smells like one of her perfumes. Very, very pretty, lovely mouth. I had it on for 2 lots of candles. And it wasn't actually my favourite scent, but so I think I could not be bothered to change, and I was like, I want to change, but I can't be bothered, and this has still got lots of life in it, so I put it on again. But yeah, if you like your perfume scents, go for it. Willow Moon Melts. I'm thinking about buying their advent calendar, which is ridiculously cheap, so I might be doing that. Well, it's kind of yeah, it looks like an advent calendar. It is an advent calendar, yeah. And then we also have this one. I've obviously had a bit of a slushy week. This is cherry slushie. Had a whole bar of that. Amazing. The best cherry melt I have ever melted, hands down. Basically, I am not a big fan of cherry, and when people say, oh, can we gift you something, we have been known to say, yeah. They go, what would you like? Anything. We're grateful for anything. Well, perhaps not cherry because it gives me a headache. This was gifted, but it hasn't got, it was and this is going to be really weird in your mind because it was a strong melt. It was a very strong melt. But you know, cherry is just a bit much, man. And I'm sure there's some people out there who love cherry. And cherry scents generally tend to be quite strong. And if you love strong scents like I do, you would think cherry would be right up my street. But it's almost a bit too much. But the slushie in this, it smelled like slushie. It just made it so much prettier. Not as, oh, I don't know. Like, it just made it lovely. If you like cherry scents, you'll hands down like cherry slushie. If you like the idea of cherry scents and then you buy them and then you don't, try this one because I think you'll like it. My thing I always think I love is cherry bakewell because I love cherry bakewell to eat. And then I'm always disappointed when I melt it because I just can't have the cherry. But cherry slushie, definitely try. Right, let's go. Oh, hang on. Yes, let's go. Yvette's candles next. I've melted 2 Yvette's candles this week, or finished 2 Yvette's candles this week. So first up, we have watermelon margarita. This was to die for. I had this in this kitchen. I split the pot into 2 halves, 2 burners, big old space. It doesn't look big on this camera right now because I'm quite near the ceiling, but trust me, it's like it's a proper extended. So yeah, it's a decent space. It's so good. It smells of watermelon. The margarita element, it's there, but it's dominant. Like, it's just a dominant watermelon. It's very fresh. It's got a bit of sweetness to it, and it's strong. It's, you know, the sun was out and I just wanted fruity loveliness, and this did it. It just made me smile. So yeah, very good. And then I also melted, getting into the Christmassy ones. Well, people melt this all year round, but Snow Fairy. Now this really intrigued me because I am not the biggest Snow Fairy fan. Hannah is a big Snow Fairy fan. I like it, I always put it on, and then I always feel sick, and then I think, it's a bit like cherry bakewells. I always think, oh man, I wanted it so bad, and now I feel sick. This did not do it. It's such a, if you can hear my son playing, apologies. He's on the headset on the Xbox. They don't really do quiet, do they? It has got everything that Snow Fairy should have, but it is, and it was strong. Like that little pot I put in my lounge, I split it in 2 because I always know Snow Fairy is quite strong. Put it in my 2 burners. Again, it's an old lounge diner. So it's a decent sized room, and it filled it with a strong scent. So it's all good on strength, but it wasn't too overly strong, like blow your crown off, and that sometimes is quite easy to do with Snow Fairy because it's a strong fragrance oil from most companies. But I don't know whether it's got the bubblegum in there, but it doesn't seem to be heavily bubblegum. It's just really, really pretty. The prettiest version. I tell you what, I've had the prettiest cherry today, and that is the prettiest version of Snow Fairy that I've ever melted. Now, I don't know whether Hannah would have loved it as much, because Hannah loves Snow Fairy, and I think she perhaps loves that strength and that craziness. And when I say craziness, I mean, the Snow Fairy, the full-on Snow Fairy that it is. I honestly think you should try Yvette's Candles Snow Fairy and see if you love it as much as I do. It is just a slightly different version in my mind. You might melt it and go, no, it's exactly what Snow Fairy is, but I think that's a slightly different version. I think it's prettier, and I think it's the best one I've ever melted. Okay, next up we have got Little Pot. This is Foxglove Fragrances Sleepy. I love Foxglove Fragrances Sleepy. I think we are on the best of the best today. That is one of the best versions of Sleepy. I've bought it more than once. I have another little pot upstairs. I think I have a tub of it. I just love it. Sleepy is such a relaxing scent. Again, I said I'd had a stressful week, and I put that, I couldn't put it at the end of my day because I think it would just literally send me to sleep, but I put it at the beginning just to chill me out for the work day. And it does the trick. Sleepy by Foxglove Fragrances, good performer, good version, definitely worth buying. Next up, let's go Scent Boss. Scent Boss number 66. My favourite number is 6. This was a good melt. This was Spring Awakening. Now, Spring Awakening is pretty good anyway because it is strong wherever you melt it. I'm saying Spring Awakening, I never looked it up, but I'm pretty convinced that's Spring Awakening. I haven't melted it in ages. Oh, just lovely, lovely, lovely laundry. Super strong. I had it on for 2 candles. I think we've said before we changed them quite quickly. So it was going 8 hours. It was just as strong at like 7 hours and 58 minutes. So that would keep going and going and going. An absolutely fabulous smell and an absolute fabulous performer. Scent Boss number 66. Then we have Rachy's Wax Scents. That's not what I was looking at. Cardamom Spice Pumpkin. Just sort of easing my way into autumn scents. A great, if you love your pumpkin scents, it was great. I think I've had a lot of pumpkin spices, but not many cardamom pumpkin spice or spice pumpkin. That cardamom I think did make a little bit of a difference. It did smell slightly different. Could I go, oh my God, I smell cardamom? No, I'm not that good at picking scents out. Maybe Hannah would be better. But yeah, it was really, really nice. It was a really good performer, really good. Strength-wise, I think I want to say, it's like 3 hearts, I think. I put 3 in my lounge, 2 in one and 1 in the other, just, you know, the little hearts. And it filled that space really strongly. It was a really cozy scent in the evening. So yes, the only negative I would say of that is I got to the end of the 4th candle and the strength of it was very strong, but as it went in that last hour, the strength did proper die down. So I don't know how long that would last. That said, for 3 little hearts to give out that much of a power boost for nearly 4 hours, I don't even go wrong, because that's not going to be an expensive thing to keep going. And if you're a person that loves changing your melts really quickly, yeah, Rachy's Wax Scents, good. And finally, last but not least, Apricot and Honey. Oh, I'll have to put a photo up on our account. You can see, I think, the bees. So they had, this is from the Darley Llama. They had one colour and then the bees were separate colours. This was a good melt. Hannah actually gave this to me. I think she got it in one of Darley Llama's, what they call mystery bags. You can find Darley Llama on Facebook. Oh, it's such a strong honey melt. The apricot is in there, 1000% it's in there, but it's predominantly honey, and it was beautiful. It was strong, it lasted, amazing. So yes, Darley Llama, you need to join their Facebook account and then get yourself on the list if you want to buy from them. You have to wait your turn, or every week there's normally 2 or 3 cheeky spots where people have left the list because the list is like a year long. So yeah, you can do that. So I'm going to pick, as I haven't got hundreds, I'm going to pick my top 3 favourites and then my top 3 in terms of performance. So I would say, oh God, no, hard choice. Top 3 favourites would be watermelon margarita, definitely. I'm going to go cherry slushie, which Hannah, when she sees this video, his mouth is going to be on the floor that I picked cherry in one of my top 3s. And now this is really hard because I'll be honest, I love them all equally. And I mean, something like Jammy Time's a classic. I've loved that forever, as I've had Sleepy, but that Snow Fairy was insane. I think, I don't know. Okay, I'm going to go apricot and honey. That was a good one. Okay, so in terms of top 3 for performance, right, hang on a minute. We're going to go Scent Boss, Spring Awakening, amazing performer. We are going to go, oh, I don't know, they're all really good. To be honest, there isn't in that entire selection, there's not a single dud. They were all, in fact, all of them were strong, at sort of strong level, bar this one was background. And to be honest, when it's a perfume, it shouldn't be too strong. I think it's just makes you feel sick. So everything was the perfect strength. You could buy any of those and you'll be happy with their performance. I'm really struggling to pick 3 for strength. I'm gonna go Spring Awakening. Do you know what? I think I'm gonna go the Snow Fairy, because even though it's not the sickening strength, it was so strong. And look at that little pot to fill that entire lounge is pretty impressive. And oh, I don't know. This was really strong. This was really strong. I don't know. I can't do it. I can't do it. I can't pick. I can't even be forced to pick. 3rd. All of the rest. I can't do it. I can't do it. Right, guys. So that was week number 2 in my week in wax, plus a little bit of Temple Spa spray. I hope you've all had a good week. Like I said, it's been a really crazy week for me this week. It's been a little bit stressful. Hannah has been amazing. She has given me more support than a double G bra, I tell you. Yeah, she's been so good. And yeah, I wonder what I'm going to melt in the next week. Hard decisions to be made. I look forward to it though. I look forward to it, and hopefully I'll catch up with you again next week. Thanks guys. Bye.